Hello, everybody. Hello, hi everyone. I'm hoping, praying you're all able to hear me. If this is working correctly, I'm just going to join. Oh, but you can't see me. Am I right? No one can see me, no one can hear me. Why is it not letting? Oh, here we go. Okay, amazing. Sorry everybody, I'm just quickly trying to figure out my new settings. It's all a little bit complicated. Ooh, a balloon. Let's quickly get that. I am so sorry that I am late to stream today. I've been, I promise that I have been here. I've been ready. But no, not my golden slingshot breaking. I think that really sums up the vibe. Carol, you can hear me. Naveen, you can hear me. Amazing. And you can't hear the game, right? I'm always worried that the game sounds are going to be too loud. Thank you so much, Carol, for waiting and for keeping everyone updated for me. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Naveen. Above stall, what does that look like? You guys, I'm not going to show my face today. The reason that I'm late to stream is because my OBS, which is my recording software, had uninstalled. I've had some issues with my computer or my laptop in general recently, which I will tell you all about at some point during this live. But yeah, I had some issues and anyway, OBS uninstalled, and then I didn't even realize, so I came to stream. I got ready at about 20 minutes to 8, so I felt like I had plenty of time, nice and early, but unfortunately that ended up not being super duper ideal, so it uninstalled. I tried to reinstall it, then my laptop wouldn't let me. But I am so grateful for everybody who waited today. Today we are making some space fillers, not just in 4x4 area, although I probably will come and do some 4x4 builds, but also just generally across my island. I would love to do some kind of space filler on the beaches because my beaches are so awfully plain at the moment and I am really trying to wrap this island up. But I guess just for kind of simplicity's sake, we will come and start in one of these 4x4 tile builds just because they're what I make most often, they're what I am most comfortable doing. So let's quickly see if we can get one of those started. How is everyone this evening? I really hope you're all doing well. Me personally, other than the slightly stressful stream setup, I am doing good. I'm really excited to be live streaming, and I had the most delicious dinner, and I do feel like whatever I eat for dinner really does heavily end up impacting my day. It really makes or breaks the day if I have a good dinner or not. And today I had a Cornish pasty, which it's not something that I would normally gravitate towards in any type of way. But basically, I am moving into my new flat at the moment. And so I don't have any saucepans or frying pans where I'm staying. So I went to Co-op, which is, if you don't live in England, it's a little food shop. I went to Co-op and I was thinking, what can I make or what can I have without needing any cooking equipment? And this Cornish pasty, it just goes in the microwave and it was absolutely delicious. So me personally, that was a 10 out of 10 meal. Actually, let me not exaggerate. It was not a 10 out of 10 meal. It was maybe a solid 8 though, and that's definitely more than I would expect with no cooking equipment. What shall I make for my space filler today? I'm thinking something in a different aesthetic. I do a lot of very natural builds, so I'm thinking it would be fun to do maybe some kind of an enchanted, magical looking build. I had work today all day, so I am a bit tired, but my sleep schedule is getting much better. I used to be so exhausted after work because I would stay up really late, and then by the time I would get home from work, I have to get up quite early for work, so then it's I didn't have enough sleep. Then I'd have to get up early, go to work all day, and then by the time that I got home, I was absolutely exhausted, and then I would nap, and then because I would nap after work, That makes my sleep schedule even worse. Somehow, yes, it is possible that my sleep schedule gets worse every day, so not ideal at all. Carol, funnily enough, I was in Cornwall today but did not eat one of their pasties. Oh, no way. I'm going to be reading out the comments, by the way, especially for anyone watching after the live, just because I found out you actually, like, I thought you guys could always see the live chat, but sometimes you can't. Sorry, my voice is a bit dry. By the way, I'm just picking out some pink items right now. I'm not even sure what I'm going to make, but I'm just going to grab any items that look good. Carol, you definitely should have tried a Cornish pasty. They are absolutely delicious and probably much nicer if you get one in Cornwall rather than from Co-op. I reckon London Co-op probably doesn't have the best Cornish pasties ever. Because also the one I got from Co-op, it didn't have anything in it other than the meat and onions and potatoes. But I was expecting like some peas, some carrots. Maybe that's not traditional. Maybe I don't know what goes in a Cornish pasty, but I personally think it would have been a lot nicer if it had some peas or some carrots in there, just to like mix it up a little bit. Naveen, you're moving soon for school in Chicago. Oh my goodness. How far away is that from where you currently are? Is that a long travel? Are you moving with your family, or is it just you on your own, like for college? That sounds like a big move, but Chicago, known for its musical, I think. I don't really know Chicago too well, but I do like the musical. That sounds exciting. And does that mean that you're going to be joining a new school? I hope it all goes really well for you. Big things happening in people's lives at the moment. Always exciting. Let's open up the Island Designer app. But yeah, so with my laptop, obviously because I make a lot of videos and I record a lot of videos, and I've had this laptop for a while now, it ran out of storage, and I didn't really know what that meant, but it said that it was out of storage, and it said I couldn't record more videos, and I was like, oh, that's a lot, like that's, I can't really have that because I make so many videos. So me thinking I was really clever, I saw this thing and it said, hey, if you like delete this one document, it's going to save you like half of your storage. So I thought, amazing. I'll pre-warn this story with the fact that I am not very technologically gifted, I will say. Especially for like someone my age. I feel like if you're like 60, 70 and you're struggling with technology, you have every right, like you have every reason to be bad at technology. But me personally, it's like, I'm only 21. I should be really good at technology, I feel, but I'm really, really bad at it. So anyway, I think I know what I'll do. I'll delete this document. And you guys, like, it was so not the move. Apparently what I deleted was literally, like, my whole user from the laptop. I still don't even really understand why me doing that was such a problem. But it means everything I had on the laptop disappeared. So all my videos I've recorded before, completely gone. Any software that I'd installed, like my OBS, that's gone. There is a plane taking off where I live, by the way, so if you can hear some noise, that's what it is. But yeah, so everything gone, all my documents. And then I googled, like, what can I do? And I got told to use Recuva, which is like a recovery service, and I did do it, and I got some of my documents back, but I did not get everything. I didn't even get like much at all back, and yeah, it was just really stressful. I can live with it. Like, thank goodness this happened after I finished with my university, because that would be so awful, so stressful if I still had like my dissertation on there that I needed. But luckily that was done. I don't think that the sloppy table is giving what I want it to. I'm trying to make some kind of like a fancy dining area. So yeah, thank goodness I was done with uni. But at the same point, I was so mad at myself, so annoyed, really like regretful. Not ideal at all. Here we go, some mermaid chairs looking super nice. Naveen, you're moving for college and you live 3 hours. Ooh. That is, do you know what I think is good? Is 3 hours, it sounds really far, and I'm like, wow, that's a long way to live from your family. At the same point, 3 hours, within a day, you can be home and you can be back if you need to. And I feel like even if you don't do it and you try to hopefully like plan your visits home a bit better, it's nice to know that in the case of an emergency, or even just like sometimes you just need to talk to someone not from your college, or like not, you know, someone from your family, someone who's a bit more like on your side, it feels. And it's like, even if you don't do it, it's nice to know that you could. Having that knowledge, like, oh, if I needed to, I could go home, is really nice. I live about 2 hours from my home. I study in London for my university. And yeah, I just think it's nice to like know that if you had to go home, it's always possible. Hopefully you won't need to. I really hope you're going to enjoy it. What are you studying at college? I studied acting for stage and screen, so very fun, very different to like more academic university courses. But I really loved it and it suited me really, really well, and super duper happy with my degree. Plus, I will be, I'm done with the course now and I'll be graduating very soon. Literally, I'm graduated in terms of like I have my certificate, I know my grades, I got first class honours, so very, very happy with that. But yeah, so literally I am graduated, but I'm having the actual ceremony, like getting to walk across the stage or whatever, that happens in September. And Carol, you ask, do I live near Heathrow? I don't, I actually live near London City Airport. So it's more of a small airport, and the nice thing about it is that the planes, they only go certain hours. I don't know the exact hours, but it's something like I think they have to stop by midnight, and then they start up at 6 a.m. So your sleep isn't really disturbed. But to be fair, I can sleep through the planes anyway. As I mentioned, I'm taking naps like every day after work, so I can definitely sleep through the planes. I love the gyroids. Let me grab a gyroid. I'm struggling a little bit with this build, but I've got this nice kind of restaurant backing. I'm just not sure if tokonoma is doing what I want it to. Let me take that down and come in with a little bit of fencing. But yeah, so the whole like laptop situation was not my favourite moment of today. It wasn't even today, it was like a few days ago, but it's not been my favourite thing recently, but no worries at all. Let's come back in with a mermaid chair. And then I think that the cube light would work really well for keeping this kind of mystical and fun. Amazing. We'll just try to get some kind of food, because even if this is a stool, I'm going to use the cube light as a table. Naveen, for your graduation, are you taking pictures and celebrating? In America, we make a big deal out of graduation ceremonies. Yeah, definitely. I will be taking lots of pictures. I actually have, the university provides like a professional picture, or I don't know if they provide it, we had to pay for it, but like they're going to be bringing in a professional photographer for those pictures. The closest thing I can think of, I think you have it in America too, is like, you know, every school year you normally get professional photos done. I think they're having someone a bit like that come in. So I'm getting professional pictures, and then I'm sure my mum and my dad are both coming, and I'm sure that my dad will bring his camera and probably take lots of pictures of me. And then I think the plan is me and kind of all of my course mates after the ceremony are going to have some kind of a celebration. I don't know what exactly. I think it would be easier if we were all graduating at the same exact like time, but there were some issues with the ceremony, so I'm in the main group because I booked my tickets early, but the first graduation, it ended up selling out, and so like half of my course has had to book into a graduation on the same day, but it's a few hours after. So I guess the plan will be those of us that graduate first will get our pictures and stuff, and then we'll just wait for the other half to graduate before we then all go out together. But I am very, very excited. I mean, I'm excited for a lot of different reasons, but obviously I'm really proud of myself, and I think like everyone is really proud of themselves because it's quite a big thing to be done with university, and I'm glad that like we get an opportunity to properly celebrate it. I hope we're going to go clubbing. Like if I could pick, that's what I want to do. Once I graduate, I want to go clubbing. I've been clubbing, it's not like it would be my first time clubbing, but I feel like that would be a really fun way to celebrate our graduation, but I don't know what everyone wants to do. Certainly, I think if we all hang out as a group, then potentially me and like some of my closer girlfriends might go clubbing in the evening, so should be very, very nice. And in a new place I'm moving to, because I lived in my university accommodation, the new place I'm moving to is with some film students, so they're not on the exact same course as me, but they're definitely like linked to my course, so we should also get to hang out together that evening. And certainly, like, because we're under the same school, so my university has schools, so we're all under the School of Creative Arts. I think seeing as though we're under the same school, like, surely our graduation ceremony will be the same. So yeah, that's what we do. Let me know about your graduation ceremonies, or if you're somebody that has graduated, I would be very interested to know like what you did to celebrate. My only like issue with graduation is that I feel like it's so much pressure on one day, because it's like the real final, this is it, I'm done with university, like no more. And it's like, that's so sad, and that's such a big emotion, I guess, to put into one day. So I'm worried that instead of it being really happy, it's probably going to be sad. I definitely think I'll cry. But that's fine. I feel like it's okay to cry on your graduation, because it is such a big thing. For me, at least. Maybe, I know some people hate uni, so maybe they're not going to cry. Cry tears of relief, if anything. Okay, honestly, this build is not giving. It's really not giving what I needed it to. I think that, what do I think? I just don't think it's doing exactly what I want. It's fine. It's actually like a cute space filler. Like, I would definitely just have this somewhere on my island. The main issue is that when I'm doing these mini builds in a 4x4 tile space, I try to think of what I'm going to call it. And I'm like, what? Normally I call it like, oh, making mini builds in a 4x4 tile space, pink restaurant. And this isn't really a pink restaurant. It's not a outdoors restaurant. It's not really anything. It's just kind of a thing. I tell you what, and here's what I recommend everyone to do when they get stuck with builds. Take a picture so that you can remember what you had, and then just leave it alone. Let's leave that alone for a bit. We don't need to see it, we don't need to look at it, and we don't need to worry about it. We're just going to leave it. Let me see. I'm going to come away from that. I will come back to 4x4 builds. Carol asks, what other 4x4 builds are you thinking of doing? Carol, I definitely want to do a kidcore build today. So bright colours, lots of fun. I think what I'm going to do is try and spend about 10 minutes just filling up somewhere else on my island, because I feel like that will be a nice break, like a nice way to then come back to the 4x4 build and hopefully be super inspired. I feel like, why not? Why can't inspiration just like whack me around the head someone soon? So why don't we go work on my beach for 10 minutes? I'm trying to keep my beaches very, very simple, nothing too big. Sheena, she wants to talk to me. Oh, I really don't want to play a game. I really don't want to play a game with my portable radio, Sheena. Like, that's really, really not the vibe. I reckon, do you know what? I know that I've just been complaining. I think we should do it. I actually don't need the portable radio for any builds I've got going, so we can go ahead. Okay, I'm getting some clothing. Yeah, that was to be expected. Not a good trade, but no problem. Maybe the dress will be super duper cute. Oh, sorry, my phone is buzzing. That is actually my flatmate telling me, okay, the dress is cute. The dress is fine. That's my flatmate telling me that she's finished her work, because she is currently borrowing my keys and she's saying she can drop them back. But I'm on live, so she can just keep hold of my keys for tonight. That's absolutely fine. Yep, why don't we quickly work on just a little tiny bit of beach. Hello, bottle. Do you have a nice new recipe for me? Let's see. Peach tart. Ooh. I really, really wish I was a strong baker. I read it and I think peach tart. And here's the thing, like, I could definitely make that in Animal Crossing, but I don't think I have the natural skills to make that in real life. Because here's the thing, to me, being a baker means that you can do it with do it without a recipe. And maybe that's not true. Maybe that's a flawed perception of bakers. And yeah, let me know if that's like not a good way of thinking about bakers. But in my head, like, if you can do it without having to Google what goes into it, then I'm like, oh, you must be really, really talented. Like, my dad can do that. My dad, if you tell him like, oh, I want bread, he wouldn't have to look up a recipe. He would just know like, oh, you need flour, yeast, like water, whatever goes into bread. I think sugar, maybe not. Whereas I would definitely have to look up a recipe and follow some exact measurements and everything. Naveen, the forest area is so nice. Thank you so much. My island is mainly fairy core, but I do really like this little foresty area. I think it's cute. And it took me a really long time because it was just figuring out where you can place trees is very time consuming. And now every time I play, I have to come through and collect all these tree branches because they constantly drop in this area. Like, it's infested with tree branches all the time. But yeah, because this is meant to be my fairy tale inspired island, so I feel like a lot of fairy tales have a forest. That is so annoying. I hate that flowers on the beach don't grow back, because now if I want this hyacinth, I'm going to have to plant it on land. So let's do that quickly. Plant it on land so that it can grow back, and then I will, then like I'll fix it and replant it later. But yeah, so annoying. No worries though, let's quickly do the beach. I know that I keep saying that and then I just get distracted, but if I could just extend this little area I have, even just a tiny bit, honestly, even just doing the pathing would honestly be such a huge help. Why don't we do that for a bit? My dissertation at uni was, it was either you could write a short film or you could write a play. Pretty much everyone, myself included, went for short films. Not for even too much specific reason, but I think a lot of us like prefer screen acting over stage. And then also for me, I wanted something that I felt like I could take to like film festivals and all different stuff. But yeah, so we all kind of ended up writing short films. And my short film, well, then we had a screening with the university. So we had a screening in a cinema. The university booked it out, just a small cinema. And they booked it for us and they played all our films. And it was really cute. And it's always like nice to see your work on the big screen. And it was a really lovely ending to the course. And then that was finished around May time. And I've not really done much since with my film. But there is this cinema in my local area and they play up here in London. And they do screenings of old films, so films that you can't watch in the cinema anymore. And they do those screenings every single week. And then they launched a new initiative where before the feature film, so the feature film starts at 7, before the feature they show short films. And I reached out to the people like choosing the films and I submitted my film. And I'm very, very excited because my film was actually selected to be one of the ones that they're going to show. So my short film will be screening in cinema to like a public audience as well, which I think was like the main thing that I was really excited about because my friends have seen it, my course mates have seen it, but no one like outside of that has gotten to see it. So I'm definitely excited that it's going to be shown to the public and I get to introduce myself at the start and talk about who I am like as a filmmaker. So it's definitely a really lovely opportunity and I'm very, very happy that I got chosen for this. So yeah, that's like my little update at the moment. So good times, fun times. Let's keep going with this speech. Oh, that's not where I wanted that tile to go. There we go. See, already I feel like just having some of this pathing is helping bring everything together a little bit. And then what should I do? I feel like we just need, I feel like we need a lot more flowers and a lot more weeds, like way more than I currently have in my possession, but no problem. Just get these chucked up wherever they would naturally like to go. Thank you, Carol. Yeah, I am feeling really excited about it. I'm going to go grab some more flowers. But yeah, I'm excited. I've got some friends coming, and I've got some friends coming because I told one of my best friends, and I told someone else that I know. Ooh, another plane. So popular tonight with the planes. Everyone's getting to go on holiday, clearly. But yeah, so I told some people very close to me, and so they're going to be coming, which is exciting. However, I'm yet to make the big announcement, so currently none of my actors know. The people I collaborated with on it. So even though this was fully my dissertation, I was very, very lucky to have some film students who were willing to just help me out as a favor and as my friends. So they don't know that it's been selected yet, and so I think maybe tonight, if not tomorrow, I'm going to be making a post on my Instagram talking about the fact that it's being screened, and I am very excited. And I will also make sure to keep you guys here at Crossing Falls in the loop, only because obviously you can't come in person because no one's going to live in the same area as me. However, I'm planning on posting a trailer and stuff like that, probably after the screening. But yeah, well, does it make sense to post a trailer after the screening? I don't think it necessarily does. But, what was I, why was I going to post it after? I don't know, but either way, this screening is not the last thing I want to do with this film, so definitely I'll be making and posting teasers and talking about it a lot, so it's very, very exciting for me. And yeah, I'm just trying to obviously keep up, because living in London, you definitely have to fight for your place, I would say, is how it feels. And so I'm just trying really hard to make sure that I'm not already, before I've even gotten into acting, I don't want to feel like I've already given up on it. Ooh, Shab's gonna give us a gift, I think. So nice, thank you so much. Thank you so much. How do they look? Are they really super cool? Wow, amazing. Thanks, Shab. Yeah, so I'm working hard to pay my rent and everything like that, because that's not really negotiable. I have to obviously make my rent, otherwise I won't be living in London because I'll be getting kicked out. However, it's I'm trying to only work however much I need to make my rent, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm giving myself time to go to auditions, to write my own projects, to really still feel like I'm doing acting. So it's a very tricky balance. Oh, talking of graduation, I did get the most beautiful graduation present from my parents. There's this brand, I don't personally, I don't know it or didn't know it. It's called Pom Pom London, and they make bags. And they have this special line going, so for anyone who's not from London or wouldn't know about it, we have this train line called the Underground, and I think it's the same as pretty much any big city has an underground train. And all of the lines, so all of the train lines, have a different colour. And Pom Pom London did this new thing where they put the bags into the colours of the trains. So you can get a Jubilee line bag, and it's in the colour of a Jubilee line, and it comes with a strap, and the strap has the pattern that's on the Jubilee line chairs. I feel it's only that exciting if you live in London and are riding the Jubilee line every single day, but just know that for me it's very cool, it's very exciting. And I've not really taken it out too much yet, but I know that when I do, I'm going to be standing on the trains looking so smug, because my bag will literally be matching the train. So I think that's awesome and very exciting. And just the right amount of kind of nerdy weirdness is what I think, because it can't be too much. If it was super duper train, I don't know, it had the name of the train on it and it was very, very train, I'd be okay, it's a bit too much, I'm not actually that into trains. However, just the colour and the matching seat, I think is really going to be awesome and super cute. Let's see, let me put the rocking chair here. I feel that will be a nice spot for it. Naveen, is it going to be online anywhere as well? That sounds so cool. It will definitely be online. You'll have to give me a few weeks to figure out where I can post it. But I am planning on making an acting specific YouTube channel, which I will definitely be shouting out from Crossing Falls once I make that. So then I would ask, you know, if you're interested, please do check it out. But yeah, that will be released soonish. Soonish is our goal, okay? But I really appreciate you like wanting to check it out. That is so, so nice. Very, very sweet of you. But yeah, so my bag is so cute, so much fun. It's funky. It's like a funky bag is what I think. And it's a good size. I don't like my bags too big. And I have different bags for different occasions, of course, because, you know, you've got to. But I have like clubbing bags that are super tiny. This bag is more like I could take it out on a day trip because I can fit a hairbrush in there. I could fit my full wallet. I can fit my keys, whereas like clubbing, I'm literally like scraping together like the one key I need, my card, and that's it. Whereas I feel like I can just take whatever I want. Okay, this is good. We've already filled up a little bit of area. The beach takes me way too long, but I think that we should head on back to our 4x4 tile builds. We're gonna start out with a kid core build. I feel like that would be fun, maybe kind of a fruit theme. I'm only saying fruit because I literally just ran past this apple tree and I was like, oh, I could make an apple build. So I don't know, maybe we'll see. If you have any other 4x4 build ideas, make sure to drop them soon, because after the kid core build I will be making something different, and I would definitely love to take your suggestions if there's anything you would like to see. I make no promises that it will be good, but like I'm always willing to just try my best. Thank you so much to everyone who is watching. I do really appreciate you coming to spend the live with me today. Again, I apologize that I was late, but I really do enjoy talking to you. It's so nice getting to know everyone just that little bit better, and I really enjoy live streaming. I'm definitely trying to work on it, trying to get my skills up a bit more because I find it quite difficult, but compared to the first ever live stream I did, it is definitely getting easier, because the first one I literally felt like I could not talk and play at the same time. Like it was so hard to do anything. Multitasking is probably just not my strongest skill ever, but I'm working on it, and every time I go live I feel like it gets just that little bit easier. So, you know, a win is a win. We keep on working hard. And I will tease, for those of you who are watching live, I'll tease my next long video for you, my long form content. This should be out by next Tuesday, which is the 26th. I will be doing, drumroll, a beginner's guide to fairy core. And this is going to be part of a new series where I do beginner's guides to aesthetics, whatever people might request or want to see more about. Just because I feel like people chuck words around, myself included. Like I say fairy core, forest core, kid core, but like I don't think everyone knows what they mean, and certainly when I hear one that I've not heard before, I don't really know what it means. And I know people maybe want to get into doing more heavily themed islands, and so I just thought I could make some kind of beginner's guides to the different aesthetics and do a really deep dive into them, give codes, ideas for codes, give builds, show how I would make the builds. I think it should be fun. So that's my little sneak peek into what next week's video is going to be. Hopefully you think it sounds exciting and not super boring. So yeah, that's gonna be next week, assuming, you know, all goes to plan and I'm not gonna suddenly like lose my footage again. Okay, let me see if I have a tree. I honestly feel like, having talked about the apple tree, I feel like we should go for an apple build. Let me grab a coconut. Oh, okay. I won't grab a coconut because there's nowhere for it to land. Okay, really? Oh, why? I just want a coconut. Ah. Okay, here we go. Amazing. How are we all feeling about the update well, there's not been an update, like the lack of updates on Animal Crossing to the next Animal Crossing. I am so desperate for an update. And I mean, this is coming from someone who still plays Animal Crossing New Horizons a lot. I know that some people don't play it at all, and so you must be like so bored, so desperate for a new game. I've been like watching all the conspiracy theories, or like what people think is going to be in a new game. So I will kind of give some of my thoughts whilst I'm here. I personally, I really hope that we are not on an island. That's my main thing. I loved the island, but I feel like the island was fun for a game. I don't want Animal Crossing to become like an island-themed game, because that's not what it used to be. So I definitely hope that they're going to change it to like, it can either be back to a town or something different, like more of a forest maybe. Maybe that's just because I'm in my forest. But yeah, I just hope that it's not another island. However, controversially, I see a lot of people being like, oh, they need to take it back. They need to, like, yes, I agree with bring back the old villages and like give the villages more personality, because New Horizons villages are really, really not quite it. I mean, I still like the New Horizons villages, but I just don't feel as attached to them as I have in... I would say the only other game I played is New Leaf. But in New Leaf, I was really attached to my villages. Like, I loved them. I looked forward to seeing them. My favourites were my favourites because of their personalities rather than just their looks. Naveen, I'm hopeful for Animal Crossing. I think Nintendo has been innovating a lot in their main series games, so I'm sure they'll put a good effort in. Yeah, I agree. I really do think that they will put a good effort. I think that given the success of New Horizons, I appreciate that they probably know they're going to struggle to top it, because New Horizons was successful partly because of situational circumstances like COVID. However, I really think that given the success, I think that they will have to put like a good effort in, and I think they'd be silly not to. And I trust Nintendo. Like, they've not really let us down so far. Like, all the games I've played have been amazing, so I trust that it will be really good. And I do think that Nintendo seems to quite like listen to people, from what I can tell. Like, when people were talking about what they wanted in an update, and then they gave us that huge update, I think it was Animal Crossing 2.0. And so I think that if they've basically spent the past like 5 years hearing, we want better villages and like bring back the old villager types, so I kind of trust that they will do that. Carol, I hope that new Animal Crossing does not end up costing too much. Me too. Do you know what the main issue is? I think if a game is expensive, like, okay, that's annoying, but maybe that's to be expected. I really hope and would kind of pray it would be available on the current Switch, and I know that that's not going to happen. Like, I think we all already just know that that's not what's going to happen. So for a lot of people, myself included, playing the new Animal Crossing is going to end up meaning having to buy a whole new console if you have to buy the Switch 2 to play it. And it's like, I don't want to not play it. I love Animal Crossing so much. Like, I would not want to miss out on a whole game because I don't have a console, but that's definitely where I think a lot of the cost is going to come into people. And then Kiara, hi Kiara, it's so nice to have you here. So nice to see you in the chat. To be honest, I don't know how I feel about the new driving cars thing that they should be adding into the new Animal Crossing. And you also hope it's not going to cost too much. Yeah, I have seen that mentioned about the car thing. And someone sent me a heart. Thank you, that was so cute. I saw a little heart flash up on my screen. What was I saying? I saw people saying that there's going to be cars, and I agree with you. I feel like it would be, I don't know, a bit of a weird one. I think I would feel a little bit odd about having cars in game. Not horribly so. I think if they added it, they added it. But at the same point, I'm a bit like, why would we need cars? I've played this game. I've played these games before. Sorry. I've played this game for a long time, and to me, if there's a car, that means you're making us travel somewhere. Sorry that my phone is buzzing again. Oopsies, I should have like muted. Oh, but I can just put my phone on silent. I'm being so dumb. There we go. That should hopefully now not go off. But I can still see people's messages, which is nice. I like to have my messages on because I have normally someone in the chat who can tell me, like, message me if there's anything wrong. So I feel like it's good to have it. Yeah, to me, having cars means that we're having to travel somewhere. And so then it's giving, like, you know, when you get on the airplane and there's that really long loading sequence, if they add cars, it feels like they're just going to be replacing the long loading sequence with us driving. And so it doesn't sound like it's going to be fun cars. If it was a fun way of having cars in the game, fair enough. But if it is literally just like us traveling because they've somehow like made that into a cutscene, I don't feel like that will be all that fun. So I guess that's like my thoughts on the cars. But I hope, so yeah, I was saying like obviously people want it to go back to the old Animal Crossing, and I somewhat agree. I know that in New Leaf they had the public works projects, and I feel like that is definitely something that could be brought back. For anyone who's only played New Horizons, the closest thing would be, you know, when you make a bridge or an incline, you have to pay it off instead of just, it's not like there's a furniture item that is a bridge and you can just place it down and be done with it. You have to actually pay it off. And so I feel like the public works projects were basically these special pieces of furniture that were like, in New Leaf, that I think if I'm remembering correctly, they were mainly tourist attractions, so like the Eiffel Tower or the pyramids, and you could make them, but you had to pay them off, and they, for me at least, took quite a long time to get paid off. And so I feel like having that, like bigger projects that we work towards, rather than it just being inclines and bridges, because once you've got your inclines and bridges set up, there's no real need to like keep going and keep paying them off. Whereas if we had like bigger projects or special furniture that you can only get through paying it off, for me that would really, really appeal. But I do hope that they keep the designing aspect. I know that not everyone loved it, but I feel like that's become like, I don't know, like we've all gotten so used to being able to place furniture outdoors and being able to kind of decorate however we want. I feel like despite what we say about, oh, bring back the old Animal Crossing, I feel like if they got rid of the designing, it would not be good. Like, it would feel very restrictive, and then we'd be saying, oh, let us place furniture outside. So it's a tricky one. Ooh, this is funky, like the balloon behind the apple. I like that. I think that's cool. I know that I said this was going to be kidcore, but it's more of like a, it's more like a brightly coloured natural area. Hi, Rose. It's so nice to have you here in chat. How are you doing today? Thank you for joining us. It's very exciting. Today, Rose, we are just making, well, we're not just, but, you know, we're making space fillers mainly. I've been trying to work on my 4x4 builds because that's my short series. Right now, we are making a little apple orchard type thing. I feel like I need somewhere to sit. Hi, Human Being. What an amazing name. Human Being says, I've just come here from a short. You are amazing. That is so, so sweet. Thank you so much for being here today. My short series is something that I'm so proud of. It takes a lot of time, the shorts, to make, because as you can see, I have to plan out every single build I'm going to do. But it gives me a lot of pleasure because I feel like a lot of the like Animal Crossing content, myself included, is quite hard, like hard things to make and like big builds. And so I really wanted to start making content that like people could just hop on the game and make very quickly. So that's why I like to focus on the mini builds, because I wanted to do things that, because I get burned out from Animal Crossing. I kind of have to keep myself playing because I have a YouTube channel for it. However, before my YouTube channel, I would spend like ages not playing the game. And so I hope that like by posting the little mini builds, people, if they want to play, they can just come in and make something really easy, or just maybe get inspired to pick up the game again. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. We're planning out these mini builds. Rose says, I'm okay, thank you. How are you? I'm doing good, Rose. I was late to the stream today because I had like an awful issue with my laptop, and that was not so fun. But other than that, I am doing pretty well. I had work today, so I'm a little bit tired, but not as bad as I sometimes can be. And Kiara says, I haven't got Animal Crossing New Leaf, but I'm starting to play Animal Crossing Wild World while I'm waiting to get 3 stars on my acnh island. And I love it, especially the villages. Ooh, Wild World. I have not played Wild World because I don't have... Wait, I was going to say I don't have a console, but is Wild World on the Nintendo DS as well? I'm not sure. In my head, it's like on the Wii. But yeah, I've not played Wild World, but it looks so fun. And I do agree. I definitely think that the villages in Animal Crossing New Horizons is quite weak, because they have these 8 personality types, which was the same in all of the games. I think that they always had the same personality types. However, the personality types still had differences and still had their own dialogue and like own personality outside of just their stereotypes. So like the jocks would talk to you not just about sport. Yes, that was their thing and they liked sport, but they could still talk to you about other stuff. Whereas in New Horizons, I feel like they really, if it's a jock villager, like every time you talk to them, they're going to be talking about muscles or talking about some kind of training. And that's fun at first, but it definitely does like tire quite quickly. And Kiara, okay, Wild World is on a DS. Oh, so maybe if I find my ODS, I can check out Wild World. That's very exciting. I would definitely consider having a look into that. To be honest, I want to play New Leaf again. I genuinely don't know where my DS is, but yeah, if I could figure it out or find it, I would love to get back into those older games. And Rose, you're on Animal Crossing New Horizons right now. Ooh, so exciting. What are you making? What are we making today? Is this build done? I feel like something right here is missing. Like at this tiny little brown spot here on the left, I feel like it's just not quite right. That's like the only thing. But I don't think a weed is gonna work there because, yeah, like the weed will just be in a straight line. I kind of want something that can like fit in between. Tricky. Oh, I got a gyroid out. I remember now. I got a gyroid. Let me see. Here we go. And then I think if I push him back... Okay, no, that's really not it. I thought it was going to be so cute, and I think it would be, but I think that the green gyroid is not working with the rest of my colour scheme. I've mainly got reds and browns going on. Poppy, what is up? What can I help you with? No, you can't have it. I'm really sorry because I do like Poppy and I think that she is a sweetheart. And if she wasn't talking to me right when I'm doing a build, like I would love to give her the tea table, but I might need it. Like I still feel like I might use it somewhere in this build, only because it's red and I'm doing a red theme. A pile of boxes with apples. That would be amazing if it is, Kiara. That would be really, really exciting. Let me have a look, or let me see if I can customize. Maybe I need to go to, is it Reese and Cyrus, and see if they can customize a box for me. Rose, oh my goodness, you deleted your island. Oh, that is so sad. That is so, so, so sad. Oh my goodness, if you need, yeah, that is so sad. Oh, I really hope that you can hopefully like build something like onto your new island that you end up liking. But I feel like especially when you've been working so hard on an island, that is really, really heartbreaking. I'm so sorry to hear that. Hopefully the rebuild goes okay. Have you got villagers you like at least? Like who were your initial move-ins? Who did you get? Hopefully someone that you can be friends with on your new island. Oh my goodness, I remember when I I didn't delete it, but I used to have a Switch Lite and it broke, and then this was before they'd introduced the transferring data thing, so I just had to, like, when I got my new Switch, I just had to not have my old island anymore, and it is such a shame. Yeah, that's so sad. Oh. Let me see. So the cardboard box. Let's go see Reese and Cyrus. Come on, guys. Let's go on a little plane trip. What fun! What fun! Oh, Rose, I am genuinely sorry to hear that. That's really such a shame. We're going to go see Reese and Cyrus and see if he's able to customize this box. I don't know if I've got the right one. I think it might be a pile of boxes that I meant to have rather than just a single box. But, you know, it doesn't hurt to try. Like, we may as well see if we can do it and see what happens. Thank you to everyone watching. I hope that you're all enjoying this stream. If you are, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. I know that if, like, you don't go like do YouTube, I feel like it doesn't feel like it makes a difference, because I used to think the same thing, but now I do YouTube. It helps so much when people watch a video, when they give it a thumbs up, it literally makes all the difference. So I really appreciate if you give this video a thumbs up, and if you're watching and you're not subscribed, then please consider it. But thank you so much. I'm so grateful to have everyone here. It's always so lovely and so nice to hang out with you all. And here's my bestie. Hi. What a sweetheart. I love Harriet. She is so cute. I was so excited when they brought her into the game. I think that she's absolutely amazing. So let's see. Okay, he can customize the box. Yes. Oh my goodness, Kiara, that was the perfect suggestion. That box is so cute. Thank you so much. That's literally exactly what I need for this build. That's going to be perfect. I think I have some more boxes, so let me actually run on over to Tortima and get a few more cardboard boxes customized. I feel like that would help. Oh, that is so amazing. I'm so happy about that. That's going to be so cute. Wow, I love this whole 2.0 update with the, is it the archipelago? Is that what this is? Halves archipelago? I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, because there's some words that I only know through Animal Crossing. Like, I don't know what an archipelago is, like, outside of Animal Crossing. I think it's something to do with an island, but I'm not sure. But anyway, like, yeah, so this is like, this whole update was so helpful. I'm such a big fan of it. I really love watching other Animal Crossing YouTubers, especially when I'm playing the game. It's so fun. I feel like it makes me feel very connected to them, because I used to be a really big Animal Crossing community, and obviously it is still really big, but I feel like just given the game's natural kind of burnout and like decline, I feel like the community is not so active. Oops, knocking over my water bottle. But yeah, I feel like the game is not as active anymore, and it's a bit harder to find a community. And so I love watching lives. I'm guessing a lot of people in here like will know Froggy Crossing. I really enjoy her, like all of her content. I think she's super awesome. I actually toured one of her islands on my channel ages and ages ago. Okay, let's see if I can get these boxes where I want them to. Owl Hatch says an archipelago is a series of islands. Okay, that makes sense. I think I got confused between the archipelago like halves thing and then the Happy Home Paradise, because I think the archipelago is actually the Happy Home Paradise thing, right? Maybe I'm not right, but that's what I think, is like it's the Happy Home thing. Okay, given that these boxes are white, I think what will really help this build is if I make the furniture white. So please just give me a little second whilst I grab all this furniture. I know that it will take like a few little minutes to customize, but I think it will be definitely worth it, do I have customization kits in my storage? That would be super helpful if I do, otherwise I'm going to have to go to Timmy and Tommy and beg them for some customization kits. And I don't see them. Okay, amazing. Let's quickly go to Timmy and Tommy. That's the other great thing about that update. The Happy Home Paradise, I know that you had to pay money for it, which obviously like wasn't ideal. However, for a DLC, it gave so much more content to the game. And yeah, it was just so exciting. And when it came out, I literally like stopped playing the main game for a long time after that update, even though I wanted to explore the update, because pretty much every day I would log on and then just go straight to work and go to Happy Home Paradise and do the islands, and I was having so much fun with that. Let's get my customization kits. They gave us a big update, but they couldn't add bulk buying. That would be way too much apparently. No worries, I don't really mind buying stuff individually, that's not too bad. Oh, you guys, I finally caved. After a very long wait, I was influenced enough to the point where I watched K-pop Demon Hunters. Have we seen it? It's on Netflix. Apparently it's this might be wrong, I think it's like the second most watched Netflix film of all time, I think, which is like a crazy claim. Like that's a big thing, right? Yeah, like a very, very big thing to be the second most watched Netflix film of all time. And it's an animation, like it's not like they've got like crazy well-known actors or something in it that's going to bring in viewers. I think the actors in it are known from what I can tell, like they've done quite like a lot of voice work and stuff. But what was I gonna say? But like, you know what I'm saying, like they're not so big that you're like, oh, that's the only reason it's big. It's big because it's really good, and I don't wanna find it good. I'm not against K-pop, like let me be very clear. Yeah, thank you, Owl Hatch, for explaining that really does help. I feel like a bit silly for not knowing it. But yeah, because there's some words in Animal Crossing that I just don't know. Like, I don't know, I personally would not use the word archipelago in my day-to-day life. Am I saying it right, by the way? Is it archipelago or is it archipelago? I think it must be archipelago, but as I say, like I've literally only seen it written and I've only seen it in Animal Crossing, so I could be very, very wrong with that. But yeah, so I finally watched K-pop Demon Hunters and it was so good. I honestly think the film would be more successful if it was called something else. Because like I say, I'm not against K-pop. I'm not super into it, but I know a few of the girl groups. Like ITZY is one of my favourite groups of all time. So like in that case, how do I want to describe it? Because I would not pick K-pop as probably one of my top like genres of music. However, ITZY is one of my favourite groups of all time, and I would pick them as like one of my top artists, so maybe I am more into it. Oh, it's pronounced with a hard G, like archipelago. Okay, amazing. Guys, thank you so much. I'm actually learning so much today. This has been like a very successful live stream, just in the sense of I now know a new word. I now know what it means, thanks to Owl Hatch, and thanks to Human Being, I know how to say it. And then thanks to Kiara, I also have like the new Apple boxes, so we're doing really good. We are doing really, really good. We are doing awesome. Okay, sorry, I've just seen Carol has like texted me how to pronounce it, and it is archipelago with the hard G. Archipelago. Wow. Maybe, should I have known that? Is it a common word? And I've just like managed to live my life without hearing it. It feels like that could be the case. Because everyone knows how to say it, so maybe I'm the issue here. But yeah, having so much fun. But yeah, K-pop Demon Hunters. Anyway, that was like my very convoluted way of saying that if you've not watched it yet, I would recommend it. And I'm also starting to get into Black Mirror. I don't know if you guys have watched it at all. But yeah, Rose, I have Max Bank of Bells if you need any. I don't mind sharing, let me know if you need bells. Always happy to help. That is so sweet. Rose and anyone in chat, if you guys ever, like, I'm okay for bells. If you guys ever want to like catalog anything that I have, or you want some items, or you need me to like craft you anything, please get in touch. I'll give you my Animal Crossing Instagram, which to be fair is quite dead. Like I don't really post on the Instagram ever. It's probably been like a year since I posted, but I use it to like talk with people if I need to. I'm trying to remember what I had, and I'm literally like forgetting what items I had about, which is really annoying. I should have taken a picture like before I pick them all up to make them white. But yeah, if anyone ever like wants to get in touch, feel free. My Instagram is crossingfalls, so it's the same as the one as like my username on here. So always happy to get in touch, always happy to play with people. It's always nice to get to know people in the community. Human Being says, I don't think anyone ever uses the word archipelago. That's perfect then, so I'm not the problem. Yeah, I just like, I've not really heard it, but I trust that I'm going to use it. Like, you all need to prepare yourselves. Every video from now on, you're going to hear me to the point where you're like really annoyed at hearing me say archipelago, which I feel like may already be happening because I feel like I've said it a lot in this video. I don't remember what I had in this corner, but I don't think it matters because I'm going to do the white log stool and then put my little ladybug model on top of it, and that will be super cute, I think. Where's the ladybug? Right here. And we'll get its little red wings showing. Okay, I think this way is cute. Oh my goodness. Do I want to pull these down? Yeah, I think I like it like this. I am so happy with this mini build. I hope you all think that is cute. Take a picture so that I can remember it and rebuild it later if I want to. Let's go for at least one more mini build. Like, we can definitely do another one. Any suggestions, feel free to chuck them into the chat whilst I quickly clean up this space. And I'm going to be keeping all the items I used out because I want to be able to later on, like not on the live, I'm going to film me making a mini build so that I can use it in my short series. So yeah, feel free to chuck any ideas for a mini build down if I can. But yeah, I have been watching Black Mirror, and I watched this episode called Hang the DJ, and it's about like this dating app type thing, and I really loved it. Like, it made me, like, I just really enjoyed watching it. And so I have Letterboxd, which is, if you don't have it, I highly recommend it. Carol says, how about making a pet daycare? That is adorable. That is a really cute idea. That's such a cute idea. But yes, Hang the DJ, it made me feel really good. And on Letterboxd is basically a place where you can review films and like keep a track of what you've watched. And so I went on there and I gave it 5 stars, and I was talking to my friend about it, and I'm like, oh, it's really awesome. And then we watched, what did we watch? I don't remember what it's called. I think it's called Shut Up and Dance, maybe, but it's this one where he's basically being blackmailed. And I personally, like, I hated it. I hated it because it made me, like, so uncomfortable and, like, anxious watching it. And so then I gave it a lower rating on Letterboxd. And then my friend was like, no, that's really, like, a silly way of reviewing things, because the fact that it made you feel so strongly, like, anxious or so strongly, like weird about the characters, she was like, that means that it's really good and they've created that effect really well, so that means that it should be a 5-star. So I guess what I'm wondering is, like, how do you guys review films? Because I just review films or like review shows, if I'm rating them out of 5 stars, just on how much I liked it, rather than kind of how effectively I think it made me feel emotions, but apparently I don't think like, I'm not saying like, oh, apparently that's not the vibe in like a they've been like snooty way. Just they were saying like I should consider that if something made me feel really uncomfortable whilst I was watching it, that probably doesn't mean that it's a bad piece of media. It probably means that it's actually really good. And I think that that is a good point. So I'm going to try consider it. But anyway, that's my little chat about films over. We are going to make a pet daycare. So cute. I really love that idea, Carol. Thank you so much for suggesting it. I definitely think we can do something super cute with that. My dog actually goes to a daycare. She goes to a little creche, like for puppies. So I'm going to try and recreate how that looks, and I'll try and explain what I'm doing. So they have sofas, and I see a lot of pictures of my dog cuddled up to other dogs on a sofa. So I think that that is quite common. And so I definitely want to include that. So that's why I'm going to pick up that sofa. Then maybe we'll grab a bookcase for some, like, what could be the storage of a little pet daycare. And then, oh, we definitely need a dog. Let me see if I have the mum's plushie or whatever it is. Like, do you know what I mean? There's like a dog item. Let me try find it. Oh, I beg that I have one. I beg. Oh, okay, here. Okay, so good. We've got the mum's plushie, so I might customize it, but that can be our dog itself. There is also other dog items. I think during Christmas time, Nook's Cranny sells this robotic dog thing, and that's also really cute, but the mum's plushie will work just fine. I do want some toys for the dogs. They have in my dog's creche. My dog is called Bumble, by the way. She's a pug, and she's a very good girl. Yes. Yeah, I really love her. They normally have treats. Maybe the cream and sugar could look like dog treats. I'm not sure what it necessarily does, but like we've got to like suspend our disbelief or whatever it's called. Like I think that is right. Suspend your disbelief. These could be dog treats. See, there's all different things that could be dog treats if you're willing to like bend your imagination. The rubber duck could be some kind of a dog chew toy. I think that could work. Anything else that I think a dog might like to play with? The thing is, dogs in real life, they do play with plushies and soft toys, so I could get one of these. But I think size-wise, because the dog itself is, like the mum's plushie dog is so small, I feel like if I pick one of these, it won't be clear that it's meant to be a dog toy. Let me get a toy box, maybe a ball, a bouncy ball could work. And I did have a thought. I've used this idea in a mini build ages and ages ago. Oh, I should have them. Let me just find what I'm looking for before I say what I want to do, because there's no point me telling you if I don't have it. Okay, well, I'll tell you. I'm looking for a pearl, which surely I have a pearl somewhere in my storage. Surely. It's so weird if I don't. If I don't, that's really, really annoying. Because the pearl is a little sphere, right? So I could use the pearl as a tiny ball. Does that make sense? Like a tiny chew toy ball for a dog. Okay, wow. So apparently I don't have a pearl, which is unexpected. I really thought I would, but no problem, because what I think I could use instead is one of the Christmas tree ornaments. Here we go. Let's go blue. Oh, blue for now. The colours that I've got going on aren't going to match. Like right now, they're not going to match. What I'll probably do is figure out how I want to put the build together, and then I will see how, yeah, just like see how I think the colours can go. And we might go over to Halves Island again. Okay, cute. Yeah, Bumble is a really cute name, I think, and it suits her really well. I feel like a really elegant dog, like a greyhound or something, you're probably not going to call it Bumble, but a little pug, like 100% that's a Bumble. 100% that's a little Bumble. And then I also have two cats. I have Custard. I'm going to use the Zen cushion as a bit of a dog bed. Custard, and then I also have Shadow. Custard is your classic like tabby coloured, kind of yellowy, that's why she's called Custard. And then Shadow is this grey cat, and he is so, like, Custard is beautiful, of course, and I love her very much, but Shadow is like, if you saw him, you'd be like, oh, that's a really pretty cat. Because just like objectively, he is a very good looking cat. He's really pretty. Okay, let's put something up here. Maybe the toy box could go up here. But Custard, she actually lost her leg, unfortunately. So she's a three-legged cat, which is, I think it's, obviously three-legged cat, that's absolutely fine, and she's doing really well with it. Like, she's learned to walk and everything. However, she was quite old for it to happen to. Like, if something traumatic happens to an animal and they're just born, or like they're very young, I think that they don't really remember it, or certainly they learn to adapt to it really well. Whereas Custard is 14 years old, and that is quite a big thing for quite an old cat to suddenly lose a leg. Like, yeah, bless her. I've got an idea, which is we put some kind of food or treats here and then we fence it off, because I feel like it's funny if they're having to keep the treats away from the dogs. Owl Hatch says ragdoll cats look amazing. Yes, they do. Oh my goodness. Especially when they're like, they become so long. Like, I've seen videos of people picking up like ragdoll cats and they just look like they just stretch out. I'm not sure if I'm explaining what I'm trying to say very well, but like, when they stretch out, like, they're so big. And I love a fluffy cat, a lovely fluffy cat, a little grey ragdoll. Oh my goodness, unstoppable. I think cats as well, like, it's a real privilege to have a cat, because if a cat likes you, like, oh, you are winning in life because a cat likes you. And that's a big ask. Like, they don't just like anyone. Yeah, I really love cats. But yeah, so my poor little Custody, she's a little bit in the walls at the moment, bless her, but she's doing really well. And luckily Shadow is okay, because he had some health issues when he was little, so we don't really want him to go through anything more because he's already been through so much. We obviously didn't want Custard to go through anything, but unfortunately she did get injured. Owl Hatch says, my neighbour's cat used to sneak over to hang out. That's so nice. Do you know what? That is a really, like, green flag for you then, Owl Hatch, because that means if a cat likes you, like, you have a good energy, or you have, like, a good natural vibe for a cat to like you. Cute. I just want to probably move the sofa central, and then we'll put the table on the other side. Where is the sofa? There we go. That's so nice. What type of cat was it? We had a neighbour's cat that used to like hang out with us as well, and it was so humongous. Our cats are just like naturally quite small, and he wasn't a ragdoll, but the cat was just like, the cat that was our neighbour's was just so big. Like, he was really, really like sturdy. Okay, we've got the snack going. That's cute. I definitely do need to try and unify the colours at some point. I want to figure out where the little dog can go. I feel like that needs to be priority number one. Kiara says, seeing your pets getting old is sad, but that is life. Yeah, I definitely think, like, it's like a thing, right, that having pets and stuff, it like helps kids like learn about death, which is obviously a bit morbid, but I definitely like understand where that idea comes from, because without, like, otherwise you just don't have any experience of it until it's like a family member. So I guess pets, it makes sense. Okay, here's gonna be one of my dog beds. I think we can put another dog bed over here. again definitely need to come through and give this some kind of uniformity in the colors. But this is looking fun. Shall we make it less of just a dog daycare and add another animal? Let me know what you think. Let me know if I should just keep this as a dog daycare, but let me show you what the other option would be. If we wanted to make this a multi-animal, then I can put this little bunny rabbit right here. And it could be a bunny daycare. I would need to try and hide that black mannequin head a bit, if possible. Maybe if I put a flower right in front of it. But I could also just keep it as a dog daycare because I feel like that would be more realistic. But Carol said pet daycare, so I'm not sure what we're thinking, what we're feeling this evening. It looks like daytime on my Switch, but it is actually 9:30 p.m. I think I'm playing on the Switch at 9:30 a.m. Because I normally don't play at the exact time because I'm normally recording late at night, and I feel like that's not ideal. There we go. Owl Hatch says there's a bunny statue. Yes, I know what you mean. I don't know if I have the recipe for it. Oh, not my camera. Because if I had the bunny statue, I would definitely prefer to use that. And Owl Hatch, that's a good idea. Because especially because if I'm going to post this, I feel like not everyone has access to custom designs, right? And to be fair, the only reason I have access to it and end up paying and choose to pay for Nintendo Online is because of my YouTube. If I wasn't making YouTube videos, I would definitely just live without it. Okay, I need gold nugget and bunny garden decoration. I think that's just a golden version, so I now need to try and find the original. Can I sort this by alphabet? That makes it easier because now I can just go to the letter G and see if I have it. Garden bunny decoration. Carol says, oh, it's like a bit of a pet cafe. We have one of those near us. Ooh. Oh my god, what am I looking for? Garden. G-A. Garden. Oh, I don't have it. That's so annoying. Unfortunately, I don't have the garden bunny. So I guess we'll stick with the custom design for now. And then if or when I get that garden bunny statue, I might remake this build because I do agree that the garden bunny statue would look super cute. Carol, have you been to the pet cafe? That sounds really cute. That sounds awesome. I wish I had a pet cafe near me. Or even because I live in London, none of my friends have pets because we're all in kind of not pet friendly apartments, and it's just no one has pets. Because if you don't have a pet yourself, I feel like it's okay if you have a friend who you can hang out with who has a dog or cat, and that way you still get to interact with animals in your day-to-day life. But I have no friends with pets either, and that is very, very sad. But I will say, part of my 5-year plan would definitely include getting a pet at some point. It doesn't have to be right this second, but I would love a cat. I love dogs as well. I really, really do love dogs. Let me be very clear. The reason I'm leaning towards getting a cat is just because in London and working to pay my rent and stuff, I don't know if I would have time to look after a dog. So I've got the ball now. The reason I keep sitting on this seat, by the way, is because I can't fit through the gap, but I still want to move in and out. So this build, let me see. The ball is cute. The sofa's good. The snack on the table is cute. Those are meant to be my dog treats. I just feel like a little something is missing in this central station. Maybe that's where I could drop one of these. Oh, okay, it's gonna go on this seat. I see what's happening. I see. Okay, I don't think I can drop it, where I want, because I really don't like when everything's in a straight line. So do you see right now, just to the left of my character's body, which is in the way, unfortunately, I have the ball, the little ornament, and the, whatever this is, the dog bed, I know it's literally a Zen cushion, but I'm making it be a dog bed. All in one line, and I feel like that's not what I would go for. Okay, that's fine. That means it is rethinking time yet again. Why don't I put the mum's plushie on here? I feel like that could work. Mum's plushie on the bed. Cute, very, very cute. Already maybe a bit better. Then where did we have the other bed? It was right up in the front. Let's do that here. There we go. And now I'm back to these two. Maybe the ball could come slightly in front. This is going to be my last mini build for this live, by the way. I'm most likely gonna, once I finish this, which we're not that close to finishing. Let me be nice and clear. But once I'm finished, I'll probably head on out just to let everyone know. Hi Jazz, it's so nice to have you here in the chat. How are you doing today? If you're just joining, we are making some space fillers, and right now we're working on a pet daycare. I've got my dog, I've got a bunny rabbit, and I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do in this little bit of kind of blank space that I have going on. I don't think another flower is the way to go. If anything, I think I probably shouldn't have the flower that I currently have, because realistically, why is there a flower? Like, why is there a flower? There's no need for a flower in a pet daycare. I don't think that they would do that. Now let's bring in the bed. Oh, I've lost it. There we go, Zen cushion. Because I'm calling it a pet bed, I keep on looking for a bed and then getting confused when it's not there. Is there not any other thing I could use as a bed? I want something with a little bit more height, ideally. I really appreciate everyone being in the chat today. It's been so much fun talking with everyone. It's like the first day that I've had so many people to chat to, so I did want to just like give a special thank you to everyone who's been here talking to me today. It's been so lovely. If you're not subscribed, please do consider subscribing, consider giving a like on this live if you've not yet, but I can see lots of people have liked it, so I'm very happy and grateful to everyone who's watching it, and I hope that you are all doing well today. Not too tired. Jazz says, I'm good, thanks, how are you? Also, the build is so cute. Thank you so much, Jazz. That's so nice to hear. I'm glad that you are doing good. I'm not doing bad. I'm feeling like pretty happy with this build so far. Maybe some grass, maybe a grass standee could work. Let's see, I'm just trying to think about what else might they have in this kind of thing. Oh my goodness, so many hearts coming through. That's so fun to see. Thank you to whoever is hearting me. That's always so cute when that happens. I keep on... What else would work? Oh, maybe honestly, like the mum's cushion looks like it could be a shout. All these stacked bags. I'm aware that right now the build is a bit all over the place color-wise. However, oh, I didn't mean to pick up the bunny. Lol. However, before I finish this build, I'm gonna get everything to be all one color. I'm not sure what color scheme I'm gonna go for though, which is always fun. I don't know if I talked about this in my last live or not, because to be honest, I don't remember whether I had done it yet. But I painted my bedroom over last weekend. Maybe it was the weekend before. I'm not sure. But the bedroom is now painted and I have this beautiful pink wall and I'm very happy with it. Okay, cute. Let's have this stacked bags as like our other option for like bedding. And the green food, this green thing is also meant to be... Oh, my voice is breaking. This green food is also meant to be like some kind of a treat for the animals. I just need a little something going on in like this front section. I mean, I'm just going to put an idea out there. I just want to see how it looks. I'm not saying I'm going to like it. I just would like to see Okay, no, I don't like it. I thought like maybe a custom design that like matched the colours could help bring it together. But I didn't like how that looked. Because to be honest, the puddle was like, I don't know, just like, it's just not giving what I want it to. What can I put in this little front section? Oh my gosh, Jazz, it was you doing the heart emojis. That's so sweet. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Owl Hatch says, make sure you've all hydrated. Yes, thank you, Owl. In fact, I'm gonna grab a sip of my water. So please excuse me not talking for a second. Everyone grab a drink. Okay, sorry if you guys could hear me swallowing. I actually like hate drinking and chewing noises, so I was like scared to drink on stream, but like Owl Hatch, I appreciate you because I feel like you gave me an opportunity to drink. So thank you. But yeah, didn't want to like swallow into the microphone. Kiara says coloured walls are the best. I don't know, I think I prefer them more than white plain walls. I agree. I think white is really nice, at least for like, I don't know, like when I first moved into the apartment, let me tell you, the walls were vomit green. They were awful, they were horrible, they were very upsetting. They were just not the vibe at all. So let me tell you, like, white would have been better than that. However, if you have an option for a colour, I definitely think that a colour is nice. In this particular case, we painted 3 walls white and then 1 wall pink because the pink is quite dark and it probably would have made the build a bit too dark if I just did pink all the way around. But I feel like that one accent wall really makes the room a lot more open, a lot more fun. Okay, cute. So we're using this ornament as if it's meant to be like a tiny rubber ball for the dog to play with. And then let me see. Owl Hatch says, I've been trying to find a gentle peach matte paint, but where I live only does blues and greens. Oh my goodness. Owl Hatch, that is actually, that sounds really difficult. Especially like blue and green is fine. Honestly, like we may go with this for the build. This may be pretty much it. Actually, let me try and move the snacks back. Blue and green is obviously like it's absolutely fine, but I feel like you've got to be really passionate about blue and green to have a blue or green bedroom because they're quite bold. Like there's quite a strong like statement wall. So I do feel like, oh, that's tricky. And peach would be so beautiful. Like, oh my goodness, peach would be so lovely. Hi Sophie, it's so nice to have you in the chat. How are you doing? Please tell your mum that I meant to message her back. For anyone watching, me and Sophie have like played together in Animal Crossing before, and I am meant to be setting up. We're gonna play together again soon. It's so nice to see you, Sophie. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, like I really hope you can find that peach paint. Let me know if you manage to find it because that will be so beautiful. Especially in a bedroom. I feel like, I'm not sure if you're painting your bedroom or not, but I'm thinking of a peach bedroom and I'm like, that would just be so relaxing to come home to. Like very, very calming. So lovely. I am really struggling with what I want to put in this front section because I don't want anything that's gonna like ruin the build. Like as in like hide the rest of the items I have going on. I'm not sure if the rubber duck makes sense. To me, it makes complete sense because dogs like squeaky toys. But does it kind of just look like a random rubber duck? It may do. It may look like a random duck. What should I put in this middle? Also, peach would be such a nice color. Peach would be such a nice color to like decorate around. Like once you've got a peach wall, I feel like you're gonna have the cutest bedding. Even just white bedding would look so nice in a peach room. Oh my goodness. Okay, honestly, I hate to say it, we may have to just like rethink the whole layout of this build, because I can't say the build is complete when it's got this much blank space. Like, I really, really can't. Oh, hey, do we add another bunny? Is that the solution? Maybe we just get another animal in here? Is there any other items I can use for animals? I know that there is a duck statue, but I don't think I have it. Owl says, I'll be painting a few different rooms soon as everything is beige, which is kind of bleh. That is fair. Oh, I could have a little pig. I'm not gonna do it, but I do think the pig is sweet. Oh, that's gonna feel so nice then, like completely rejuvenate your rooms or your walls then. That'll be so, so nice. Do you know what is nice? Like a sage green. I feel like you couldn't have a whole room sage green because it might be a bit too dark, but like one nice sage green could be so nice. It could actually be really, really lovely. Ooh, yeah. A sage green bedroom. Just one wall maybe, like an accent wall of sage green. I love when people do accent walls in wallpaper, but I'm really scared of wallpaper. Especially because my walls are textured, I feel like I couldn't do it. Oh, Carol says the hamster cage. Did I miss it? Because that does sound like a good shout for an animal. Hamster cage, hamster cage. Honestly, that would be absolutely perfect. Hamster cage. Let me look for it. Let me see. Here! Oh my goodness, Carol, thank you. Thank you so much. I was really struggling with what I could put. This is like not, when I say this, just know that other people have pointed this out, and this is not like me realizing it's weird. But isn't it weird that there's hamsters in the game? Like, you can have a hamster villager and they can walk around and they can like talk to you. And you can also have a hamster trapped in a cage in the game. Like, it's very, very much like a tale of two halves, because why are some of these hamsters doomed to like eternal punishment in a cage and some of them are free to walk around the island? Important questions, things that need to be answered, like for real. Let's get this ball in. Sophie says she loves this build. Thank you so much, Sophie. It's so, so nice to have you in the chat. I really hope that you are doing well. Yes, another ball goes in front. Okay, that's amazing. That is so amazing. Okay, let me take a picture and then we're going to do the fun thing where I pick everything up and go make it all be the same color. Also, I meant to say, let me zoom back in so that I can show what I'm talking about. Right at the back there, where there's that kind of blank gap, I'm going to put one of the Christmas ornaments again. Because I liked that idea when I was experimenting with it, but I couldn't quite get it right. There's also owl villages and owls that are on your notice board. That is such a good point. Oh my goodness. I wonder what Blavers would have to say about that. The fact that there's owls like landing on our notice board, and then he's a very, like, obviously like a humanoid owl. Oh my goodness, that's such a good point. And Kiara says, I've seen a bedroom with pink walls and 2 green accent walls, and those colours look so good together. They were very pastel colours and I love how they look. Yes. Not to flex, Kiara, but I have 3 white walls. Like, tell me what you think of this. I have 3 white walls. I have a pink wall, and my bedding and like all my furniture is sage green. So it's not exactly the same, but like it's almost. Yeah, it's like, oh, it's so close to being that. I could not have green paint on my walls. Not because I don't want it, but because I was already getting pink paint and I was like, wow, that's gonna be way too much. To have like 2 accent walls in what is quite a small room. But I love pink and green together as well, so I really wanted to get that pink and green thing going on. You know what else I love? It's a color combination, and like, I think it's a common color combination, but not in bedrooms, and that is purple and yellow. But I am not talking like a bright purple and yellow, because I feel like that will be not it. Like, that would be too much. But imagine a really, really pastel, like lilac. That's your accent wall. And then the other walls are so pastel yellow that they're almost white, but they're not white. They are yellow, but they're just like a very, very pastel yellow. I feel like that would be so beautiful. And the only reason I don't have that is because growing up I had a lilac room, so I don't want to recreate a room I had from like my childhood, but I think that would be so cute. Kiara, I'm so glad that you like that room. Thank you so much. Yeah, I am live, laugh, loving, living in it. Wait, what am I? I'm laugh, loving, living in it. Okay, that was really bad. I wish I didn't say that. That was really not cool. Okay, let's pick our colour scheme. I think the best way to do this is to think there's only pink and blue. Oh, and green. Okay, there's only green, pink, blue, and grey, but I'm probably not going to do grey of these. So I need to pick a colour. Like, when there's limited options, it's like I then need to make everything else tie in with that. And we have to remember, with these Christmas ornaments, there's only yellow, red, and blue. We could go kind of greenish. I think we could go greenish. If I go green, then the yellow giraffe, so then I'll get the yellow Christmas ornaments, and I feel like that would be good. So we'll go for the green with that toy box. I wish Cyrus was a little bit quicker, if I may say so. Sorry, Cyrus, but he could afford to pick up the pace just a tiny bit. Not too much, but like, yeah, there is room for a little bit of speed, my friend. Okay, I think the best one is going to be this guy, Puppers. Just because he looks the most like a real dog, so I feel like that will work. Owl says, painting tip for anyone that wants to paint over a black wall. Use a matte silver light enough to paint over, but also won't be affected that much by the black. Ah, okay. That's a really good painting tip. How do you know that? Did you have black walls at some point? Black walls must be, I don't know, black walls is like a real statement. Okay, and then we'll make our hamster yellow, because that will tie in with the yellow-green vibes that we're going for. Do you know what I think would work nicely with black walls? Is like a bathroom. And I get that bathrooms aren't normally painted, they're more tiled, but if I'm thinking of like what room would I want to have black, and I could picture like a bathroom that's like, when you go in and you turn the lights off, it's just like pitch black. Maybe that's weird, but I feel like that could be really relaxing. And then we'll use white for anything that like I don't have a colour for, so if it can't be made green or yellow, we'll go for white. Jazz says, sometimes I get annoyed when the animals talk too much when I want them to do something. Yes. Honestly, maybe they could. I would personally say that they could fix that up a little bit in the next Animal Crossing. Like, make the animals talk that a little bit quicker, that a little bit less dialogue. Like, I've already told them that I want to customize stuff. We don't need to go through the same dialogue every single time. However, I'm doubtful that Nintendo will do that, only because I believe that's been like a problem people have had from the very beginning with the game, and the fact that they just have never like made the animals much quicker tells me that they're kind of like choosing not to, which is fair enough. I don't know, like I mean, I wish it wasn't fair enough, and I wish that they would make it quicker, but I'm like, maybe they've got their reasons that they need like the dialogue to be longer, because I know that it's always been long. I think the only difference they made was they made Blathers able to like, you can drop multiple stuff off to him at once, but that is not amazing. Like, that's not some huge feature. That should kind of be standard, I feel like. So yeah, they could definitely be a bit quicker. Okay, we're now picking what we want our dog treats to look like. I feel like these, the little string cheesy snacks might be good because they kind of look like those strings you give a dog, I think. Like strings of jerky or whatever. I don't think green and red is the packaging I want. Brown might work. Yeah, let's go for the brown. So those are going to be our dog snacks. Owl says black walls can be a nightmare. And where I used to live had black walls. Wow. The thing about black walls is I feel like that would make me feel tired. Like if I came home from work to a black walled room, I would want to go straight to bed. Whereas like a white room, I'm like, oh, okay, you know, feeling a bit awake maybe. I'm not sure. Sometimes I'm still tired. Like let me not make crazy claims that I'm really good at like staying awake, because I'm not. Now we are going to be going for a white sofa. Now look, realistically, any pet daycare thing should not be having white sofas because that would probably get ruined within seconds. But you know, for the build, we want to keep it aesthetic. We want to pick ourselves a colour scheme, so white it will have to be. Let's keep it going. Wooden block bookshelf. I don't think there's a lot of options for this. Yeah, we'll just stick with the wood, and it can be, you know, it can be a bit of an odd one out, and that will just have to be fine. And I really like this pattern I've got going, this green sun. I feel like that's so pretty. Oh my goodness, I don't know if anybody is into like tarot cards, oracle cards, but I just got a new deck. I have 2 tarot decks, but I really have been wanting to get an oracle set. And I got this one called, I think it's called Oracle of the Fairies, and it's by Karen Kay, and I am not like super familiar with it yet, but it is so pretty. Okay, we've got all our stuff customized, so that's all good. We can now finally head back to the island and get this build finished off once and for all. But yeah, the oracle deck is so gorgeous, and I just feel like it's got a really like elegant, friendly energy to it, so I'm very excited to get to use it more and really get to know it. This live has ended up being so long. I think because I was late, I was like, oh, like, let me keep going. And then I've been having so much fun chatting with everyone. I just looked at the time and it's been nearly pushing for 2 hours, but that's amazing. It's been so nice hanging out with everybody. Let's come on over here, back onto my mini build, and now I get the joyous joy of remaking it. And we have to come to my photos and try and recreate it. So, okay. That's why I like having photos, is so that I can remember where everything went. Let's get the bookshelf in place first and foremost, and then it has the toy box on top of it. To be fair, I'm not 100% sure if this dark brown pathing was the one, like the best choice ever, but I'm not going to change it now. But potentially before I next like film this video, I might consider changing out the pathing. But I'm not sure, because also the dark pathing looks really nice. Oh, thank you so much. It's been so lovely having you here. Yeah, I feel very happy. And I am really enjoying this build. Thank you, Carol, for your suggestion about making a pet daycare. Let me see. So then I need to put the hamster cage and the dog in next. Let's do that. See, it's so hard. Like if I didn't have a picture, I definitely would have forgotten where everything is meant to go. Here we go. Put you in place. Put the hamster cage in place. And then we spin it round, and this build is already looking a lot better now that everything is at least somewhat cohesively like coming together color-wise. Carol says, where do you live again? I live near to London City Airport currently, and then I'm moving to somewhere in South London. Yeah. And both places are very nice. That's all there is to it. What was on this stacked bags? Let me remind myself. Okay, I need to do the bunny rabbit, the ball, and a snack. And I forgot I need to get the other ornaments, the yellow ornaments out, because I forgot that I was going to do a yellow ornament. So let's quickly grab that. At my work, there is these croissants, and they're Biscoff croissants, and they come, and this woman bakes them fresh every morning, and they have like this Biscoff spread in the middle, and oh my goodness, it is absolutely delicious. But because it's summer and it's not in term time, she only makes like a few every day, and me and my colleague, literally every morning recently, we've been running to get those Biscoff croissants. Because the thing is, they open, like the little cafe on campus opens at the same exact time that we start work. So, we have to, like we obviously can't go right at then because we're meant to be starting work. But then as soon as it's time for our lunch break, like we rush to go and get those croissants. And they are good every single time. Oh, sorry, Carol, I misread your comment. Carol didn't ask where I live again. She asked, when am I live again? That is an excellent question. I will next be live. The thing is, I'm trying to go live every 2 weeks. So every other week I try to go live. However, I'm just getting my calendar up. In 2 weeks' time, that Tuesday is the day, you know, I mentioned I have the film screening, like my film's being screened. That's the day that I'm having my film screened. So I probably won't be going live that evening. However, I will make sure to keep everyone updated. If you're not subscribed, definitely make sure that you are subscribed, because I post my live updates in my community tab. So that's how you'll be able to find out when I'm next going live, is by keeping an eye on my community tab. But I guess most likely I'll try to give like at least like a few days notice. But unfortunately, I probably should have figured out when I was next going to be live before I started this video. But unfortunately, I don't know. But it shouldn't be too long. Maybe I'll do one like next week then, to make up for the fact that I'm going to be missing a week pretty soon. I need to get the ball in, and then we are actually going to be done with this mini build. Let's see. Let me see a bit closer. Yeah, super duper cute. Let me see if I can get through to the seats. For now, I'm just going to pick up the ball and come and have a sit down, because I am now done with the live. I wanted to thank everyone who has stayed to chat with me so much. Kiara, thank you for saying that. You said Kiara says now that the items are customized. The build is really cute, so thank you so much. But yeah, it's been so lovely chatting to everyone. And if you are watching this after the live and you're watching this in post, I really hope that you enjoy it. Please remember to give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing so that you stay up to date with what I do next. And with that, I will thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Okay, bye.